I'm Mrs. Shim, and I'll be giving you an overview of the human body systems. The human body has 11 systems that all work together. Today, I will be talking about 4 of those systems. The first system that I'll talk about is the nervous system. The nervous system includes the central and the peripheral. The central nervous system includes the brain and the spinal cord. The brain and the spinal cord are called the control center. They coordinate all the activity of the body. What you consciously think about doing, such as walking, and what you unconsciously do, like pumping blood with your heart. The peripheral nervous system, commonly called our nerves, here's some nerves labeled on this little guy. The nerves monitor the conditions on the inside and the outside of your body. It tells the central nervous system what is happening. Another way of thinking about the nervous system is this. The brain and the spinal cord are like a 5-star general in the Army. The 5-star general makes all of the decisions, and then he sends out his captains, and the captains tell the soldiers what to do. The soldiers are the peripheral nervous system. The process also runs in reverse. The soldiers tell the captains what he or she has found, and then the captains tell the 5-star general. The endocrine system is the next system that we'll talk about. The endocrine system is a collection of glands that produce hormones that regulate your metabolism, your growth, and your development. The endocrine system includes the pituitary gland, found here in your brain, the thyroid gland, that's this butterfly shape, it's found in your throat, and then the parathyroid glands are all these green dots located on the thyroid gland, so they're still in the throat. This is the adrenal gland, found here, and the pancreas, found here, and your ovaries or your testicles, and they're found under the leaf. Okay, so these glands are found throughout your body, and each gland collects materials from your blood. The gland then produces the material, processes it into its own finished hormone. Then the hormones are sent through your body to a target. For instance, the anterior pituitary gland here is in your brain, and it sends out growth hormone. Growth hormone then circulates through your body, causing everything to grow, including your bones. Growth hormone is released throughout childhood and then gives you a growth spurt during puberty. Growth hormone then gets inhibited by other hormones. That just means that other hormones stop the circulation through your body, so you stop growing. However, if growth hormone does not get shut off, you could keep growing. This sounds kind of cool, but it's actually a real problem because, like I told you earlier, growth hormone makes bones grow and your organs grow. The bones in your body will grow much thicker on the ends, and this is called acromegaly. People with acromegaly have very prominent jaws, large noses, they have a thick eyebrow ridge, and very large hands and feet. This in itself isn't that big of a deal, But too much of the growth hormone also makes your tongue, your heart, your liver, and your kidneys enlarge. That's dangerous. This is a really rare condition, and doctors can treat it. I don't want to hear anyone teasing somebody who is tall saying that they have acromegaly. However, I want you to know that you actually have seen some who have acromegaly. The next time that you watch a professional basketball game, look closely at the players because you will probably spot at least one person who has this condition. The next system that I'm going to talk to you about is the skeletal system. Most people understand that your skeletal system is what your muscles are attached to. This attachment allows you to move. Your bones actually grow throughout childhood and then stop growing after puberty. When you were an infant, many of the bones in your body were not fused together as they are now. For instance, babies have a soft spot on their head. This is because their bones in their skull aren't solid yet. They have some bend to them, and these separate bones that make the skull together aren't fused, so they don't have that solid sort of helmet called the skull that protects their brain like you do. The bones in a toddler's hands and feet look like a bag of marbles when they are x-rayed. The bones in their feet and hands are not long and straight like yours. This makes it difficult for a toddler to have broken bones in their hands and feet. That's a good thing. This will all change though as they get older. Today, if a brick were dropped on your foot, the bone could get broken. Your bones also protect your organs. Okay, so your skull protects your brain. The rib cage protects your heart and lungs, and your pelvic bone protects your intestines and your reproductive system. But that's not all, folks. Your bones also store fat and minerals, and they make red and white blood cells. You have yellow marrow right here, and this stores fat on the inside of your bones. And then you have red marrow shown here. This is also on the inside of your bones, and it produces red and white blood cells. The bone itself, see here, all of this stores minerals like calcium. You know you need calcium for healthy bones, but you also need calcium in your blood. All right, the next system I want to talk to you about is the muscular system. And the purpose of the muscular system is internal and external movement. So the heart is not part of the muscular system, it's actually part of the circulation system, but you'll see it's a muscle. Its internal movement is caused by the contraction of the muscle. All right, so you also have external muscles seen here in this guy that's running throughout your body. This is for your external movement, your conscious movement. So your heart is a muscle. You don't tell your heart, I need you to beat, 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 beat. You don't do that. That's an involuntary movement of that muscle. But you do tell your feet, your legs, your hands, your arms, your eyes to move. You think about what you want to do, and that's what happens. Think about making your hand into an okay sign. You can do that. You can move your fingers and play an instrument. You can hold a pencil and write notes. All of this is because you can control your muscles. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to think of something that you might add to the human body. Whatever it is, write it here in the middle of this star. For instance, I might write the word wings. Then I want you to consider how adding wings to your body, or what you chose, don't choose my wings, choose your own stuff. I want you to consider how changing that human body will affect the four systems that we've talked about so far. Think about what would happen in your brain if you had wings. Would you control them voluntarily, involuntarily? Would you be able to feel them? So would you need nerves? How about hormones? Would you have one size of wings when you were born and they stayed that way? Would they grow? Would you have bones in those wings? Would you have muscles? How would the change that you choose affect those four things? Also, don't forget to take the quiz that I have attached. It's a Google form.